11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath was come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Shalom. First, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the occupants pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is the brother Zayan Amar from the GMS Detroit by account. Come to you with another video through the spirit, basically dealing with just the wicked, the deeds of the wicked concerning pollution, right? Because he's the cancer of the earth, and he's the reason, he being Esau, Edom, right? He is the reason that the world is in the condition that it's in, right? We just read Revelation 11 and 18, and the point I wanted to hinge upon is it's destroying them which destroy the earth. And who's it them? Ultimately, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? I'm going to get this article real quick dealing with the matter concerning plastic, right? But see, when Israel was in power under King David, King Solomon, we had no need for plastic, all right? We ate on goldware, things that were profitable, to our health, to our body. All right, we didn't need things that were basically, cheap and unusable, right? Like plastic, right? It's a very cheap, and most of all, it doesn't break down, that's really the issue that's at hand. It's not biodegradable, right? All other elements are able to be broken down, but plastic, it's not so. So real quick, this is an article that I have pulled up concerning plastic. And Lord willing, I'll put the link in the description box. But basically saying here, this is IUCN. It reads, issues brief, marine plastics. Over 300 million tons of plastic are produced every year for use in a wide variety of applications. It reads, reading on, it says at least 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year and make up 80% of all marine debris, from surface waters to deep sea sediments. So that's very telling, just, in those two statements, right? Because of Esau's microwave lifestyle, and got to get it now and right now, right? It's basically its excuse for the use of, plasticware and plastic cups and all this nonsense because everybody is on the go. But, right? And because of that, right, 300 million tons are produced. And moreover, 8 million tons, right? And this ain't just garbage. We're talking about just exclusively plastic, right? It's dumped into the ocean, and the ocean is used basically as a garbage can, which that's not the purpose of the ocean, all right? There's marine life out there, all right? Fishes of the sea, all right? Different creatures of the sea. And you're basically, by way of Esau, he's screwing up the ecosystem, right? Which is why you have instances, and brothers probably have seen this, right, where this was made a big deal on, basically trying to come up with a different or a better way of doing away with our trash when, and there's laws on that, all right? But Lord willing, I get it. But this basically is an image of a turtle that got, a straw stuck up his nose. You'd be like, well, how did that happen? You know, hey, all fingers point to Esau. You know what I'm saying? They all point to Esau because if Esau wasn't ruling, these type of things wouldn't take effect. They wouldn't happen, right? But because of Esau, he's a problem child, if you will, and he's responsible for destroying the earth. That you have circumstances like this, right? And this shouldn't be, right? You're supposed to burn trash, right? Not just throw it in a lake or a river or ocean somewhere as if it just goes away. No, that's not the case. Um, Let me see if I can find the law on that really quick. I have to do a Google. Bear with me, Baba Kasha. Let's see. Let's just do this. Trash Bible. See what we pull up. Let's put up trash. Okay, let's see this. I'm kind of just doing this off the cuff, so I didn't really get all my precepts lined up. But I'll say this is just one reason why America, all right, and certain parts of the earth have to be burned up. Because like I said, dealing with plastic, it doesn't break down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just here. So that's an element, okay, that has to be burned with fervent heat in order to cleanse the earth, which the Lord had made, right? You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't put us, right? He didn't set Adam and Eve in a polluted environment, right? The earth originally was known as Eden or Idan, meaning paradise, a paradise, which the whole earth is a paradise, or was a paradise anyway. But when you get the powers that be, they're in rulership now, being Esau, Edom, the so-called elite, right? The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Gettys, DuPonts, so on and so forth. Right? These elites have ill intent in everything that they do and touch. Right? Let's see. Let's go to. Yeah, this is Proverbs 12 and 10. And it reads, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel." A righteous man is gonna consider, right, the life of his beast, right? He's gonna care for them. He's gonna make sure they're nurtured, they're fed, right, that they're housed properly, right? But not Esau. What Esau do? He got animals in the circus, animals in these what do you call it? Like SeaWorld and such, which are basically prisons. You know what I'm saying? Animal, right? Especially dealing with sea life anyway. Right? It's supposed to enjoy the high seas. They're not supposed to be cornered or stuck in a particular environment, right? And this is what Esau do. And when you go to these different type of zoos, like I say, SeaWorld, all of this, you can see the spirit on these animals and that they're pretty much miserable, because just like us, just like you so-called Negroes, blacks, and Native Americans, you've been basically taken from a land and brought to somewhere else that your fathers haven't known, right? And being forced, right, basically into slavery, right? So it's the same concept with these, with the Lord's, creatures, But I'll read this again. This is Proverbs 12 and 10, and it reads, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel." So even That's something else. Even Esau in his, when he so-called want to show some mercy or compassion, even those deeds are cruel, or corrupt, right? So this is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Again, reading the point, at least 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year. So year after year, right? You got 8 million tons. Like, I don't even know what that is in pounds. Well, no, actually, that would be 160, I think 160 billion? Would it be billion pounds? I don't know. Either way, it's too much, all right? And the point is, this video is that Esau has to be moved out the way. So another precept I want to give is that in Isaiah 14, because the whole world is going to rejoice when this man is, taken out of the way. So real quick, this is Isaiah 14. I'm going to jump down to verse 4. And it reads that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon being basically a so-called white man, because he's the one that's set up on top, all right? He's the hierarchy, if you will, all right? He's the authority. He's the one that's calling the shots, pursuant to Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So, hey, he's got the juice. He's got the power, all right? He's got the go ahead and say so to do what he does, right? Babylon being America. So reading again, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased, the golden city ceased? Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. God, even the earth itself is going to be able to live again. Because even the earth is basically dying, You see that just basically you see that in the earth by way of the crops, Shoot, you see Esau, he puts chemtrails everywhere, right? The food that we eat don't taste, it don't taste like it tasted 10 years ago, let alone any time longer. So just everything has been defiled, Everything is being defiled by the hand of this devil, right? And basically when things are set right, the whole earth and everyone in it, all right, outside of Esau, is going to rejoice because everything is going to be set in its proper order, all right? The people that's supposed to be in rulership, all right, which are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Blacks, and Native Americans, are going to set things right by way of Yahweh Shai, all right, which is our power source, our connect, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being his Son, right, who the word ignorant calls Jesus, all right? His name is not Jesus, it's Yahweh Shai, right, meaning he saves. But reading on, verse 8, it says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fetter is come up against us. God. So, hey, when this devil is moved out the way, when he's made low, made as the basis of man as he is, all right? All right? Hey, again, the whole earth is going to rejoice. We going to rejoice, all right? All nations going to be set, of course, paying homage and tribute, right, to the Israelites, but things are going to run a whole hell of a lot better because righteousness is going to flourish in the earth. So, this was a little quick hit, showing, the wicked deeds of Esau, Edom, all right? Just another excuse for him to be taken out of rulership because he doesn't know how to rule and judge properly. And Lord willing, this was edifying. So with that, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, a root will. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity, like the four corners of the earth. So, shalom.